All right, guys, a lot of people ask me when they join a school, Shawn, what can I do at home to improve my ability to learn the techniques in class? Well, jiu-jitsu, whether it be our combat jiu-jitsu program that we teach or the Gracie jiu-jitsu program that we teach, requires a lot of partner work. But there are some things that you can do by yourself or solo. So one of the things you can do is improve the flexibility of your hips, because whether it's kicking, striking, moving, throwing, or guard work on the ground, we want to have improved hip flexibility and range of motion. So I'm going to show you our lunge stretch that we recommend. So what I'm going to do is I just want to, at home, get a hold of something stable, whether it be a couch, piece of furniture, anything like that. I'm going to get in a lunge position. Don't think lunge like I'm lifting weights, but rather get in a little bit wider position. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my hip forward towards my heel and keep my posture very upright. So I'm going forward in this motion, like this here. Now there's some rules I need to follow in doing this. First of all, I should feel it in my hip flexor in the front and my hip capsule in the opposite hip. All right. Now the rules I need to follow is I'm not just rocking forward like this. My goal is to close this gap. Okay, I want my heel to my butt to go to my heel. So as I go, this is just for my balance, I'm going to drive down and in, as if somebody's behind me kind of pushing me in. Now I don't hold this stretch any longer than 3 seconds, so I recommend 1 to 3 seconds, so I'm pulsing into the stretch. I'm not bouncing, but I'm going down into it, hold, and back up. Don't lean forward, because when I do this, it relaxes my psoas muscle and it doesn't align my pelvis the right way for a proper stretch in the hip capsule and hip flexors. Keep the posture up. So my hip's going to drive down and in. Now, as I'm working, I may not be able to close this gap, so we'll go down, hold for a second, and back up. Down, hold for a second, and back up. But what I want to do is every repetition, I'm going to get deeper and deeper, and ultimately I want to close this gap. As you can see, I have a little bit of work to do where I can close this gap, and as I warm up, I'll be able to get there. Now, things that happen that people do wrong is they go forward and this heel comes up. This is a no-no for a proper stretch in this position. Okay, I want that heel to stay firm. If I'm going down and the heel comes up, then I want you to walk your foot forward and stretch forward this way. Okay. Another thing people do is because they feel a real good stretch in the hip flexors, they try to roll out of it a little bit. See how my foot's rolling back? I don't want that. I want to drive straight forward, belly button going straight forward here. So I'll do about 5 reps so you can see what it looks like. I'm down, hold, up, press myself down in, and relax. I'm really thinking about bringing this knee to my chest as I go down and in, down and this way. And then, of course, I would recommend 20 reps minimum, okay, improving each time. And then I'm going to switch and do the other side. As my flexibility increases, and I'm able to go down low, then I want to take this foot in the back and I want to open it up. So make sure you can see this angle. I'm going to move this foot out. That's going to isolate the hip flexors more. So I get a more intense stretch in the hip flexors. We use our hip flexors a lot in jiu-jitsu to draw and protect, to chamber and kick. So I'm going to do this to get a more intense stretch. Okay, so that is a straightforward lunge stretch. I'll do 20 right and 20 left at a minimum. I can do multiple sets. And there's no time that is bad to do these stretches. I can do it before my class, after my class, anytime I'm at home. Okay, because as Americans, most of our lives are very sedentary and in a seated position. Our hip flexors become very tight, where I want flexible hip flexors for jiu-jitsu. Now the next version that I will do, after I've done the forward lunge stretches right and left, is I'll grab onto my object and I'll reach over the top. And as I go, I'm going to have a twisting element to it. Let me do this side, so I'm stretching the same leg. Whatever side I'm going to twist to, actually, I want that leg up. So if I'm attaching this side, this leg's going to be up. I'm going to reach over, and I'm going to rotate a little bit. You're going to notice I can't go down near as far because I'm pulling along this line the entire time. So stretch and rotate. Stretch and rotating. Get a real nice stretch through the quadrilaterals and the obliques here. So again, so I just do 10 reps here. As I get good at it, I can actually lean out of it slightly here. Again, we'll be doing a 1 to 3 second pause. We're not bouncing. Into the bottom of the stretch and back out. Following the same rules. The heel can't come up as I'm here. My goal is ultimately to get all the way down there. And of course, 20 reps, right and left. And in no time, doing this at home every day, you're going to notice an improvement in your flexibility for kicking, for throwing, and for movement, particularly with your guard work. So good luck, something you can do at home to improve your jiu-jitsu.